Hey guys, this is me, Rusty78609, and I'm in Austin, Texas, USA. It is February the 17th, 2017 at 11:57 a.m. Central Standard Time. It is 69 top down degrees, a beautiful day in Austin, Texas. I just finished up at the RV show and I thought I'd do this video just because I ain't got nothing else to do. But it did okay. It cost me $6 to park, which wasn't bad. It cost me $5 to get in the deal, wasn't bad. And I did, I don't know how many videos, a few, and you'll get to see them soon. You'll be tired of looking at RVs. But having said all that, for you guys that have never seen Austin, Texas, you're not going to get to see much of it. But this is Interstate 35. I'm headed north towards Round Rock, Texas, and Georgetown, Texas. And in Georgetown, Texas, I'll go left on Highway 29 and go home. So, what do I think about the RV show? Thought it was okay, actually. They had a lot of RVs, and I'll give them that. And a lot of big fifth wheels. I was really surprised about that. A whole lot of fifth wheels. And the prices ranged anywhere. I think the cheapest one I found was like $11,000 all the way up to 150, 200,000. I didn't see any Prevos. I was going to do, if they had one there, I was going to do it, a video of it, but I didn't. I saw a few. I did a Class C, Class A, fancy fifth wheel, a few travel trailers. I did some of the micro RVs, the tabs and stuff. And so it's a variety. I tried to do a variety because I know, there's no one solution for everyone. So we did a whole variety. It was all right. I mean, there were a lot of old people there. I say, my age. I'm 71, and I'd say that there were probably the bulk of the attendees were seniors. I would say that for sure. There were some younger people, in their 30s and so forth, but not many. I'd say that was probably 20% of the crowd, and the rest were seniors. And they're all going to go live their dream. Now, they've all worked 30 or 40 years, fixing to retire. They're going to go on the road now. They're going to go see Mother Earth. And what they're going to find are crowded RV parks, crowded state parks, and possibly a lot of aggravation. Possibly. Because if you're not into it, if you don't like taking long drives, traveling to USA may not be for you, because it is a huge country. When you get out west, in the western part of the good old USA, you're going to find a lot of wide open spaces. I mean, very wide open. I love it that way. Now, for those that go out there and go boondocking, great. But those RVs that I looked out at, almost without exception, were loaded with what I call bells and whistles, outside TVs, outside refrigerators, just a lot of, man, they really stack it on them, don't they? But the traffic, knock on wood, coming into Austin today was not too bad. I got on Interstate 35 here about 9:35, 9:40 a.m. and pretty much went all the way in. I don't think I came to a complete stop but one time, which is good. I arrived at the RV center just right after they had opened, and so it all worked out pretty good. Now I just have to be careful heading home because traffic, it's not bad. It's not bad, but again, where I live in central Texas, in the hill country, there's very little traffic. We've got 4-lane highway here. They got more pavement here in the next 20 miles than we've got in the whole area where I live. But I did notice coming in this morning, as I was coming into Austin, the sky was kind of gray. There's a little pollution in Austin. And it's not as bad as Phoenix, Arizona, I'll say that, or some other cities that I've been in. Houston is horrible. Man. But Austin is, of course, today they've got a pretty good breeze out of the south, and so it keeps it cleaned up a little bit. But this is Interstate 35. We're headed north. We'll be coming up on Round Rock, Texas in just a little bit. And just cruising. I brought me a snack. I'll have me a snack here in a minute. I did bring plenty of drinking water, which is good. I always like that. Oh, I was going to tell you, you know how much a 12-ounce container of water was? I think it was like $4 or $6. I heard a guy ordered one. He may have got a larger one, but between $4 and $6 for a bottle of water. But they were selling food. People were buying it. I'm sure it was expensive as hell. But that's fine. People, that's what makes it work. You know, a fool and his money soon parted. But they also, one of the things I noticed, I mentioned it in another video, I'll just mention it right quick. They had some booths set up on the side that were kind of partitioned where you couldn't really see what was going on. And I checked inside of them, and what it was is that's where they're doing the final deals on the RVs that they sell at the RV show. Because I did see several RVs with tags on them saying sold. Because, yeah, a lot of people wait for the RV show to buy an RV because they do have some super deals there. I mean, you're not going to get those prices at the dealer lot. Well, you may. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say that. But they do have some pretty good deals there. Anyway, we'll let this run on a minute and let you see how wonderful it is to drive down an interstate near Austin, Texas. This is one of the busiest interstates in the whole United States. From here, this section from here all the way to Dallas, because this runs to Dallas, Texas. And it is a busy section of Interstate 35. They have actually made a loop. It's called Loop 130. It's a toll road, of course. We got a lot of toll roads here in Austin, Texas now. We used to not have any. About 10 years ago, they didn't have any. Now they've got a lot. But we're cruising along here. The speed limit's 70, and I've got it set on 70, and we're doing okay. I am sure I got my walking done today. I guarantee you. I did a video of one RV there, a fifth wheel, that I would have to classify as what I would call a gaudy mobile. I mean, gaudy to the max. I mean, it had a rear patio. Actually the rear end of the fifth wheel folded flat, or part of it folded flat, and formed about a 10 by 12 foot deck, or approximately, or maybe less than that, but it was a big one. And then also the top part made into an awning, and they had leather chairs out on it and stuff, and I thought, get out of here. But anyway, to each his own, folks, to each his own. I mean, that's just me. You know, apparently they sell those to people, and I'm so happy for them I could just spit. But, you know, I'm such a simple, of course, I grew up on a farm, and that pretty much formed my mindset for the rest of my life. I mean, we grew up, I don't know, I'm not going to say poor, but, you know, we certainly weren't rich. I mean, we had a garden, and we butchered our own beef. We had probably the healthiest food that I've ever eaten in my life. And also, we were very frugal. You know, my mother made clothes and stuff, and you know, she sewed, and, you know, of course, all our food was right there for us. That we never threw, when we threw something away, it was damn wore out. And did I wear hand-me-downs from my brother? Yeah, he was 6 years older than I was. And yeah, I did, sure did. But that's what formed my mindset. And so now when I see, have I ever totally wasted money? Good God, yes. I mean, I went through a period in my 30s until my early 40s that I just had to have it. Had to have it. I had a boat, big house, suburban. Actually, one time I had 2 Suburbans, a boat on 10 acres of land with a barn, horse, 2 donkeys, dog, 5-bedroom, 3-bath home, swimming pool. Oh yeah. Money was coming in, but it was coming in like a river and going out like a river. Not much sticking. Oh yeah, we were taking trips too. We'd go take trips, go on vacations, go to resorts. Yep. That was, but I was miserable. God, I mean, what I was trying to do, I know looking back, I was trying to buy happiness. I was trying to buy it. I felt if I could just get, like a boat, that would be it. That I'd go out on the lake or out fishing or something, that would just be it. I'd be totally contented. Well, I got the damn boat and it drove me crazy. Sometimes you get out there on the lake, and it'd be hard to start. It did start finally, but hell, it was a V6. It was huge. Or excuse me, mine was a V4. It was a V4. But no, it was powerful. You could pull 3 skiers at the same time. You sure could. There's a saying that a boat is a hole in the water you throw money into. And man, is that true. I paid a hell of a price for that thing. And I can't remember. I think I got like maybe 25 cents on the dollar when I sold it about 4 years later or 3 years later. What a waste. But I guess that's how we learn. That's how I learn. And now I'm Mr. Frugal. But of course, I've got a fixed income now. I'm not having to do the bump and grind. If I was in my 40s or whatever, I would probably be chasing the rainbow. I really would. Because it's hard not to. There's so much peer pressure to keep us in that cycle. It's hard to get out of it. It's hard to get out of it because where are you going to go? You got to be able to feed your face, pay your expenses. You got to have a plan. But anyway, we're coming up into Georgetown, Texas now. Scratch that, Round Rock. And they've built all these bypasses over the interstate to alleviate the traffic load on this section of interstate. And it looks like, I guess you'd call that a spaghetti bowl straight ahead, the lanes going over Interstate 35. It just makes me almost dizzy to look at it. But would I like to live in this big city? No, not now. I did one time for a few years. It's crazy. You slow down to allow space, a safe space between you and the next vehicle, and normally people will move into that open space. But at my age, I have to be pretty careful. Ooh, he's locking them up. When you see smoke coming off the tires, you know that's not a good sign. He locked them up. Look at the traffic behind me. Woo! That's why I allow all that space. Because all it takes is one idiot to do something stupid. Pretty interesting, guys. Pretty interesting. I'll end this video now. We're going to get into a little traffic jam here. But having said that, guys, the RV show was okay, and I'll post videos as I can. I may upload this one on the way back home to kind of give you a heads up. But anyway, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy USA made when you can.